7-year-old Athena Strand had gotten off her school bus at 4:15 p.m. She was going to her father's house. Athena was living with her father and stepmother. Her father at the time was out on a deer hunting trip, but the stepmother was home. After Athena had gotten home, the stepmother began to make dinner, but at some point she realized little Athena was no longer in the house. The stepmother searched for about an hour, then around 6:40 p.m. she called 911. The police immediately responded with search dogs along with EMS and volunteer firefighters. Some 200-some-odd people were ultimately involved in the search. They even used thermal imaging from a helicopter. The FBI, Texas Department of Public Service, that is the Texas Rangers, also assisted in the search. The FBI began utilizing digital resources, searching for things like cell phone data and social media posts. Investigators discovered that the Strand home had been scheduled for a FedEx delivery that day. According to Athena's mother, the delivery was supposed to be You Can Be Anything Barbie dolls, a gift for Athena. Investigators learned that the driver of the FedEx truck that went to the Strand home worked for a contracting company delivering packages on behalf of FedEx. Investigators also learned that the FedEx truck was equipped with cameras that captured 1-minute clips. The FBI analyzed video taken from the truck and found that the driver was seen talking to the child in his van. He had taken the young girl. The driver turned out was 31-year-old Tanner Lynn Horner. Authorities took Horner into custody and questioned him. He soon confessed to having killed the child. Now, you would think that for somebody who has been charged with strangling a child, and you would think that he was being held without bail, and of course, you would be wrong. He's been given bail at $1.5 million. Now, for somebody who admits to kidnapping and strangling a child to death, that he would receive bail at all would seem inconceivable, but when you have a legal system that's based on genetic immunity from the law, well, different rules apply. The authorities say that they're going to be seeking the death penalty against him. In 2019, there was a woman who posted on her Facebook account that Tanner Horner is a rapist. That's what she actually put on her Facebook account. Friendly reminder that Tanner Horner is a rapist. I suppose for the contracting company and for FedEx, somebody posting online that Tanner Horner is a rapist wasn't explicit enough. On December 2nd of this year, the same day that Athena's body was found, this woman posted another Facebook post, giving Tanner's full name and claimed that he had raped her 8 years ago when she was 16. Quote, I hope that everyone who didn't believe me when I've talked about this for 8 effing years does now. The father is currently suing Tanner Horner along with the contracting company that he worked for, Big Top Spin Inc. There's a generic throwaway name if I ever heard one. And of course, the father is also suing FedEx. According to Jacob Strand's lawsuit, FedEx was negligent for not thoroughly investigating Tanner's past, and the company has a track record of their drivers committing crimes across the U.S., from assault to rape to murder. And here you thought the worst thing FedEx drivers did was to accidentally lose your package. But there's another aspect of this case that also needs to be spoken on. Because had that child been black, there wouldn't have been the massive response from the authorities, and prosecutors would already be looking to cut a deal as soon as possible, assuming that they had brought any charges by now. But the white media hasn't said anything about this case at all, and the white media wants to sweep this under the rug. As the propaganda arm of white supremacy, the white media is not interested in saving lives. They're far more interested in saving face. How many more tragedies like this have to occur before the authorities, including the white media, finally decide that the price of their privilege is simply too high?